Welcome back, peoples. It's me again, Ed Jackson of Ed TV. Real quick, I wanted to make this super quick, really because I'm trying to stay consistent with uploading these videos, hopefully at the same time every day. My short-term goal is to get monetized here as soon as possible, hopefully within, I kind of want to see where I would be at here in about 30 days. Not saying I should be monetized, it just kind of, I'm trying to see exactly what kind of audience could I curate within 30 days. Then from that data, that'll let me know, okay, how much more would I have to do to become a monetized YouTube partner. So anyways, real quick, I'm out here waiting on an order, and I figured let me record. And well, technically I'm not even waiting on an order. Let me stop lying. I paused it because I really needed to record this video, and then as soon as I'm done, I'm going to get back to going in here picking orders up for Walmart Spark. But anyways, I was looking through this book, and let me see if I can see the point where I was at. I'm on page 230. Anyway, it says recognizing yourself as a co-creator. It says in quotations, then God said, let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and over all the creatures, that move along the ground. Genesis 1:26. This verse highlights that we are divine beings with the ability to create. Then it says, the act of manifestation mirrors divine creation. Just as God spoke the world into existence, we bring forth our desires through focused intention and aligned action. So that kind of hit me. Then it further goes to the balance between personal will and divine will. While we are creators, we must also recognize the greater divine order at work. Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. And that's coming from Proverbs 19:21. It says, aligning our desires with a higher purpose ensures manifestations unfold in perfect timing and harmony. Then it says the law of gender, the root chakra, and the law of rhythm have all prepared us for this. What is the this? Now I gotta switch hands, flip the page, switch hands again, because I got my GoPro hand. Anyways, so manifestation is both active and participation and faithful surrender. Okay, no, manifestation is both active, participation, and faithful surrender. Practical ways to, okay, I'm gonna stop there because I don't want to make this too long. But it was, when I was reading it and I went back and thought about the Genesis 1:26 reference, where it says, let us make mankind in our image, in our likeness, so that they may rule over the fish in the sea and the birds in the sky, over the livestock and all the wild animals, and the animals. So it made me think about one of my favorite verses, Matthew 6:33, where it says, seek ye first the kingdom of God and all his righteousness, and all these things will be added unto you. So it's like that 3-step phrasing. That it's like, it reminds me of, and honestly, it reminds me of an AI prompt. Honestly, it's like a 3-stepped. Like, do this first, then do this, and then you'll get this. Like it's almost telling me like 1 + 2 = 3. So even in the Genesis 1:26 reference and the Matthew 6:33, is talking about starting from the spirit into the physical to get the things that you want to have. Well, I said that wrong. Starting from the physical, starting from the spirit into the mental, then to the physical. So in my mind, I'm thinking, I wrote it down on my little handy dandy whiteboard. It says Matthew, hold on, let me hold it with my knees because I want to adjust this camera a little bit. It says Matthew 6:33. I wrote it like a pyramid just for illustration purposes, not like any type of Illuminati reference, or did the Illuminati know something we didn't know? Anyways, I digress. Matthew 6:33. We said the kingdom, that's your spirit, God's realm. That's the source, that's the cause of all effects. His righteousness, that's the thinking. How do you think? How do you think about the things you're thinking? Then this number 3 will be your result. So if I did 1 + 2 = 3, this will be the result. All these things. Seek ye first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all of these things will be added unto you. So then I further put, so if you dream big, that will allow you to think big. And then upon thinking bigger, you will do things that will cause you to have bigger results. And it was funny because you always hear people say, think big. Think big. Think bigger. You know, people always tell you to think big. Well, I won't say people, but you always hear on, social media, motivational speakers or whatever, or ministers, whatever, they will say, you need to think big about, your desires, or think big about what you want to see or what you want to have. Think big. And a lot of times it's hard to think big if you cannot dream big. Does that make excuse me? Ate not too long ago. I had a little gas pocket. Anyways, so if you don't have the ability to think bigger, it's probably because you haven't dreamed. You won't dream big. You haven't daydreamed bigger thought. You hadn't, because maybe it could be a self-limiting belief possible. I'm thinking out loud for me. Like, what is the cause for me not dreaming big? It's because if you was to dream big enough, you'd be like, you'll doubt it. That little part of doubt is that little something on your spiritual nature trying to feed off of your current situation. It doesn't want you to grow because it needs you there, because that's how it lives on that level. So it has to be something that wants me to think small because it's benefiting from it. That's the only reason it makes sense. So I have to go and do a mental mind check and like, have I been thinking small? Everyone has big desires. We live in a world of abundance. So naturally we would want things. But if you're not thinking big enough, how would you have those things? So you have to get it down in your spirit first, as far as dreaming. What kind of vision do you want to see for yourself? Like, I know a lot of people say, create a vision board. That's good. But let me tell you what I did. And I don't know if it had any correlation to my my results I'm having on my my project with my trading, creating this AI trading automation bot or whatever. That's gonna be the next video, because I got something to share, y'all. So I got a little workflow I'm working on, and I'm going through the testing phase. So, but I'm gonna share it with you guys here, hopefully within the next video. I got to get my screen capture stuff set up. But anyways, not to get sidetracked. and I felt like I just lost my train of thought. The point I'm saying is that if you can maintain a vision for yourself. But anyways, what I did is last week, before I spent all those nights of doing all the reiterations on ChatGPT with the trading script, trying to dial it in, make sure it was profitable, went through all the headaches of seeing it was going through so much massive drawdown to where it would have blew any account challenge I would have tried, to fixing it over and over and again and getting it to a point where it's profitable on the back test. Not saying, you know, I still got to test it out on a demo, but this back test, it's profitable. It's where I need it to be. It's where I envisioned it to be. But before all this happened, you know what I did? I went to the Cadillac dealership. Yeah, I went to the Cadillac dealership, and I didn't test drive anything, but I went there and I sat in a brand new 2025 Escalades. And I hadn't seen them up close like that in years, but man, sitting in that vehicle, it did something to my spirit. And the thing is, I think if I wasn't the person I am now, I would not be aware of what it did. And I'll say that again. If I hadn't been the person that I am now, I would not be aware of what it had done. Because I realized when I first opened the truck doors, I had a feeling of, ooh, like I didn't want to touch it because I feel like it was so expensive. It's like, I think the truck was like $120,000. So instantly I felt like I was unworthy, or, oh man, this is way too expensive. I felt like I didn't want to touch it because I would break it almost. Then I had to kind of tell myself like, no man, this is yours, man. Get in it. This is what you want. Get in it, sit in it, get the feel for it. So I went ahead, went around from the passenger side, went through the driver's side door, climbed up in it, and, you know, sat in it, got the feel for it, you know, to grip the steering wheel and all that, and smelled the new truck smell. Look at the two-tone denim and suede leather material stitching. Just took in all the feels. And when I left, I remember leaving feeling like, man, I feel like I'm leaving my vehicle. Literally, I'm not just saying it. You really feel like I'm leaving my truck. And I remember driving home just thinking like, man, like the truck was so nice. It left such a big impression in my spirit of how nice it was. And then all of a sudden I just started thinking about ideas on how. Before I went to go look at the truck and sat in it, I wasn't thinking like that. Then I just started thinking, how would I do this? How could I afford it? You know, what would the payments look like? How could I afford that? How could I be, you know, how could I afford the down payment? And then it went from thinking the hows to all of a sudden I just started getting ideas about, hey, you know, you got this AI ChatGPT trading strategy you've been thinking about, you know, tinkering with. If you can get that profitable, there you go. So I got to thinking, and I started thinking about Matthew 6:33. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and all of his righteousness, and all of these things will be added unto you. So I started thinking about the thoughts and ideas that my mind has access to from almost what is my mind being able to access that it can download from the Spirit. Like, what is the word of God trying to download into me in order for me to have those things? And that's exactly what I was thinking about. So it wasn't that I'm the person that can do the things. It's that I can become the person that God says I can become in order to do the things, to have the things. Does that make sense? So I don't even know if I said it right, but it sounded like I said it right. So if God is giving me a skill set, and even with ChatGPT, it's like, okay, let me go to chat. Let me ask you this. How can we deploy this as an actual working product? That's what I was asking it. And then we started going through all the iterations. How do we dial in the profitability of the trading strategy? Once we got it coded and debugged in PineScript, uploaded it to TradingView, ran the back test, came back pretty clean. But for me, I'm still a little skeptical. So it's like, let me just do the demo. Let me go through the demo testing. So now I'm trying to get it set up with it's called Copygram. Copy the trades from TradingView, send it to a demo account like TradeLocker, and we run it from there and just see what happens. But the thing about the testing, it's not instant. It may take a month to get a full back test, but I'm going to show you guys how I'm setting it up and all the headaches and mistakes that I'm going to make. And my goal is to set up, I won't say it's simple, but I want to simplify the process of setting up a trading AI agent so I could give to my audience. Because the thing is, it started out, I wanted to create a trading agent for me and my family. That's where it started out from, because I'm like, if I can do it, then I can get my wife, because my wife, she's been interested in trading, but she's not, you know, she just doesn't have the time. So then I was like, well, I can give it to I can set my wife up with this on her account. I can set some of her family up with it. I can set my family up. I was thinking about trying to create an asset for my family. Then once I started getting back on trying to get consistent with YouTube, I was like, you know what? What's even better for that, if not only can I help my family, but it's so many people out here doing, I'm not gonna talk down on the gig work, but I just know if it's not helping and serving my family, I know it's not helping and serving everybody else's family either. So my goal is to be able to give my audience, or anybody who sees my video, a way out of the rat race. And you don't need to know how to trade. You just need to know how to, like I said, I might set up a couple video modules. You might just need to know how to copy and paste. That is my goal, is to create a copy paste trading system that anybody can use. Because in my mind, that will be me serving God's people the best way that I know how, and the way that he has, and what he has put into me is the way that I can serve them. Because he gave me these ideas. This wasn't me. God gave me these ideas. God gave me this will. God gave me these tools, resources. But he didn't give it to me for me. He gave it to me for everybody else. And it's not for me, it's for everybody. Because the thing is this, once you become aware of something, at least from my perspective, you don't want to gatekeep it. You know, it's not for me, it's for everyone else. It's just, the blessing is not for me, it just comes through me. So anyways, I think this video is going on almost 20 minutes. I'm not gonna keep it long. I was supposed to be just only doing 20 minutes, but I wanted to pop in, record, give you guys my thoughts, and just try to stay consistent. I'm just trying to stay consistent. You know, it's just one day at a time on one goal. one day at a time on the next goal. Because it's not about the destination. It's about the destinations along the journey. So, anyways, peeps, talk to you next time. Peace.